In this question, we're going to figure out the limit as x goes to 64 of x minus 64 over the sixth root of x minus 2. Now this is a real thinker because we have to recognize the denominator as the first factor in a difference of sixth powers. Now you might wonder whether you know the difference of sixth powers, but in fact you probably know the difference of nth powers more generally. Factoring by the difference of nth powers is as follows. A to the n minus b to the n is equal to a minus b times a second factor. You subtract 1 from n, and then you use that as the exponent on a. And then in your second term, you subtract another 1 from that number and add a factor of b. And for your third term, you subtract 1 from the exponent on a and add another 1 to the exponent on b, and you continue on that pattern until you get to the final term, which is b to the n minus 1. And that's why a squared minus b squared is equal to a minus b times a plus b. If you think about it, it's just an example of difference of nth powers. Similarly, a cubed minus b cubed is just a minus b times a squared plus a to the 1 b to the 1 plus b squared. So extending that concept out means that a to the 6 minus b to the 6 is equal to a minus b times a to the 5 plus a to the 4b plus a cubed b squared plus a squared b cubed plus ab to the 4 plus b to the 5. So that means that a minus b, thinking of our first factor, a minus b, we have the sixth root of x minus 2. We can let a be the sixth root of x and b be 2. Well, that means that the second factor becomes x to the 5 sixths plus 2x to the 4 sixths plus 4x to the 3 sixths plus 8x to the 2 sixths plus 16x to the 1 sixth plus 32. And so x minus 64, which is this quantity minus that quantity, is going to equal this first factor, which is exactly what the denominator is in our question, times this second factor. So to rationalize that denominator, we're going to multiply the original denominator by exactly that same factor that I just read out. So what I do to the denominator, I have to do to the numerator. Well, that we already had x minus 64 as a factor of our numerator. Our denominator now in fact equals x minus 64. And this was clearly going to be our offending factor, so we're able to cross out those offending factors from the numerator and denominator, leaving us with the limit as x goes to 64 of that factor that I read out at the bottom of the previous page. Well, that's just 64 to the 5 sixths plus 2 times 64 to the 4 sixths plus 4 times 64 to the 3 sixths plus 8 times 64 to the 2 sixths plus 16 times 64 to the 1 sixth plus 32. You don't really need a calculator for this. You know the sixth root of 64 is 2. And what we end up with is a final answer for the limit of x minus 64 over the sixth root of x minus 2 as x goes to 64 of 192.